So one of the things that I've discussed in the past is how AI is going to impact industries or workflows or functions. But today, I really want to talk about how it's going to impact our own sales at Cisco. Right? To discuss this, I have with me one of my team members, Lynda. Do you mind introducing yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Lynda. I'm part of the APJC sales organization in the strategy and planning team. So I lead operations, analytics, and change management.
And you spent a lot of time prior to this job in the field yourselves, right? What do the sellers complain about?
Well, they feel that there are so many tools that they need to go into, and they already feel like they're overloaded. So question is back to you. It's important for us to then show the value of AI to them in a way that doesn't sound like just one more thing, one more seller admin burden that they need to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, indeed, the question is, can we give them time back? And can we make them again more effective? If we do those two things, they should be happy sellers. So for example, one of the things we often do in our team, as you know, is we look at how our sellers spend their time. And we recently did this at Cisco at a worldwide level, and we found that 15% of the time they are spending on things that are not really sales related, what we call seller admin. Another 15% they spend on just planning, right? So you're thinking of an opportunity with a customer, technology. The rest of the time, about 35% of the time, they spend it with what will be the preparation of a meeting, account planning, and then once an opportunity is created, the proposal, and then the negotiation, right? How you put it all together. And again, that's not customer facing. And about 35% of the time, they're customer facing. So imagine if instead of 35% of the time, we could have them 50% of the time, or even 40% of the time. That would be transformational. But enough talking about potential. What actually are we doing already at Cisco?
So we're already providing them tools, right, for sellers, for them to prep and prepare for their meetings by researching about the customer. So they use AI Assistant, and that tells you the internal as well as externally sourced information about the customer all at your fingertips. And how to compete with customers in the account. It can even auto-generate a proposal for you based on what the customer is looking for and based on your competitors as well. Then AI Insights for Sales is another tool which is being already launched for quite some time. During the meeting, this AI agent can join the meeting, can take notes in any language, and after the meeting, it can automatically draft a summary and next actions for the seller to send to the customer. So what it would have taken the seller 30 minutes, 45 minutes to draft that letter is now done in a matter of minutes. AI Insight also then assists with updating the CRM with relevant updates, insights, for example, MedPick scores, and it also provides a coaching opportunity for managers. So in a way, this AI is like your sidekick. It stays with you and it's like an augmentation for what you do in a call. And it's 2 times or 3 times versions of you doing the same work.
That's quite impressive. In fact, speaking with some early in careers, they were telling me that they could not leave without these tools. When I speak with executives, they are the first thing they ask me is about generative AI and how they use, how you use ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok or Perplexity. How are we doing this? Because there's also a need at Cisco for our employees to do that, and in sales specifically.
So we have this tool called Circuit. It actually brings all the licenses for all these different LLMs into Cisco and enables us to use this within the corporation. We can now upload information that is internal for the system to ingest as part of our data, and we can now use the LLMs which are available and licensed for us to use it like a usual LLM.
So this allows Cisco to maintain the data within Cisco.
That's right.
With all the controls. The data is our gold mine, right? We have 40 years of information that if approached with LLM models can create a value that we couldn't get before. So what's coming up? What are you guys working on right now for the near future, I assume?
So one of the things we are looking at is getting an agent that's going to be compiling all the things which we look at every week, like forecast predictions, funnel health, operational excellence metrics, any changes in deal health, and any recent updates. And we put them into a forecast commentary. And now, today, we can only do it at the higher sales level because it's being done by people. Now, once we've done this automation, sales leaders at any level will be able to get these insights for their respective territories. This really frees them up to focus on strategy and next steps. The other one is about deliveries, right? Because, we do have large deals. And what happens now is we can actually develop an agent that will automatically reach out to the opportunity owner and ask about any requirement for early delivery needs and intended delivery dates. Now, this agent then shares this information with supply chain to improve planning, avoid last-minute escalations.
So this will be an agent-to-agent conversation. Again, not very futuristic. We think about the future, but it's something very practical. Maybe not the most glamorous either, but again, it solves a real issue we have at the moment.
That's right. So essentially, you are connecting sellers, ops, and the supply chain through AI, rather than asking each of them to be manually chasing each other.
This could be completely replace the manual task of doing this by having autonomous agents doing the work for us. And again, freeing up time for us to do more valuable tasks, creative tasks, and so on.
So if I'm a seller who's skeptical or maybe a bit nervous about AI, what is the smallest step we can take to start using it productively?
Actually, we find this all the time. Change and change management is one of the hardest things. Changing behavior of people is very difficult, right? And in AI specifically, most of the projects require about 90% of the efforts on change management. So it's a really good point. And I think for us to tell them that you're going to become much better and more efficient is very simple to say, but again, changing behavior is very hard, right? So my advice would be, think of it. I mean, you describe many of these things as you start having a multiplier effect of yourself. Like you have agents that are working for you. You have an extended team that you definitely did not have before, or was not giving you the responses on the time you needed.
Thanks, Nando, for this opportunity to have a conversation about a topic that we're all very passionate about. So as we walk on this journey of AI together, it's going to be very fulfilling, very exciting, and I'm so looking forward to it.
I appreciate it, and thank you for all the work you're doing for us. I believe we have one of the most advanced sales and strategy operations teams in the world. I want to keep it that way. As I mentioned before, I believe this is going to be a differentiator, something that gives us a new core competency to be more successful in the business.